Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think the Europeans ever went away. I mean, Andy Rayler, the last 5 years, there's an argument to say he's been one of the most consistent racers there. Marino's been on the podium. Yeah, I mean, I think if we looked at a spread of the top 10, certainly no one's taken the top spot for a while, with the exception of Frederick last year. So yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to answer. I mean, I remember in 2011 watching the results early and seeing Andy do a 7:41 in Roth, and seeing Marino do a 7:45 in Austria, and think, oh, this could be the year for the Europeans. And it comes down to who can perform in a late season race after all that racing, who's not injured, who's healthy, who's mentally fresh, who's confident. And I think those things are not specific to what country you come from, but what your last 12 months has looked like. But there's no question. I mean, yeah, I mean, Sebastian has all the tools to win the race there, and you'd think he's going to be a big threat this year. Frederick again, Ivan Rania. I mean, yeah, Bart won a great race in Nice earlier this year. So, yeah, no doubt the Europeans are lining up. But I guess as a parochial Aussie, Luke McKenzie, I think he's going to be consistent. I think he's going to step it up again. I think Pete will be back as well. So, it'll be interesting. I think, yeah, no doubt there's probably more of an even spread. Maybe this year's tougher to pick than any of these, and I know we say that every year, it's tough to pick this year, Kona, but it is tough to pick, and you never know. And then there's people who you don't really even factor in who come on and have a great or a breakthrough performance. So yeah, the Europeans are always tough. They're very professional. They're tough races, and I think Jan exemplifies that with his. I remember last year after he had a bad race in Las Vegas, he was injured. He didn't sort of mope around. He went straight to the wind tunnel and did some testing, and then started his training, knowing he had to accumulate points. And he turned up in great shape in January in Auckland, and really has continued on from there. So the Europeans are very well prepared, very professional, and they will be a factor. They're always a factor. They're just so good and so strong. So. But you know what, I'm interested to see what Pete Jacobs will bring this year, because I don't think we've heard the last of him in Kona. And I think Luke, I have a feeling about Luke, the way he's going about his business this year, that I think he's really stepped it up, and he's going to be a consistent performer on that stage. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to see, I guess, who eventually wins, but it could be from Europe, could be elsewhere.